As the title suggests, this lesson is about softboxes. Now, a lot of people use them and for convenience. I use them for convenience as well. But they're not always ideal for every subject, and there are a lot of problems with them. And this video is about those problems and trying to find an alternative to them for certain pictures. Now, I think you'll find it interesting. Wait to the end, because I'll tell you at the end where to get the stuff that will help. But I think you'll be very interested by this. Hello! Today we're going to talk about softboxes. Now, this is your typical softbox, lamp in the middle, well, you've got the tube and the modelling light. Now, you have one diffuser here, and I'll just put that back together. Right, now I got that back quickly. Now you might wonder, this is the first diffuser. Now you might wonder why it doesn't go all the way to the edges. Well, that's to try and solve the problem of softboxes, where because you've got the light in the middle and the light comes out, it's always a little darker in the centre of the softbox, and I'll show you that later. So they've put this diffuser in just in the centre, hoping that the light will come round the edges to make it a little bit more even. Now I'll put this back together. So that's our softbox. Now, when I first started working in a studio in London, it was when I was a bit younger, about 10 years ago, in 1965. I walked into a studio and I saw photographers, and they were all working with lights, no softbox, not a softbox in sight. So I think we were one of the first studios to actually manufacture one, and we made one out of aluminium. Now it had three flash heads in it to try and even up this problem, and it weighed about 40 kilos. Now you can imagine we had a big mast with a boom, and it was attached to the boom with ropes we used to pull it up with, and it was very big. Now it's great. Oh, my trousers, that shirt's hanging out. It was great to use, but we were one of the first, and now they're starting using it, well, they've been doing it for a long time, out of material, and before that they were in sort of fiberglass plastic moulds. But they're not ideal for everything. In fact, you can get away without them, as we used to in 1965. What are you going to do if you need a light from floor to ceiling on a model or two models? You wanted a side light that's even all the way down. Well, this won't do it unless you've got two of them, and even so, they'll probably in the centre be a darker area. Well, I'll show you how to do it for about $5. Replace one of these 2.5 metres high, or 2 metres high, in fact the height you want. So I'll show you how to do that. Standing on the corner. Right, now this is my patent light box. It's this one's about 2 metres, what, 2 metres 20 high, 90 wide. It could be any size. In fact, the biggest one I've ever made was something like 12 metres by 6, that was supported over a car with lights hanging from a film studio ceiling. So this could be made any size, and as I say, very cheap to make, an awful lot cheaper than a normal softbox. Very, very simple, and can be changed as you like. So let's have a look how it was made. Now here's a photograph of a softbox. As you see, it's correct exposure in the centre. It's very white, but top and bottom, forget it. So, you know, it does show that they really do need two heads. But let's get on with the video. Okay, now this is just a sheet of polystyrene, and that is one wall of our light box. And this, just another sheet of polystyrene, a bit shorter this time because I have it, is the other wall. Now, what I could have done is put another sheet over the two between them, and that would have really closed it off. But what it is, all it is a tracing paper screen. Now, they're very simply made. That piece of wood costs, I think it's still at the price on somewhere, but it was €2 for 2 pieces of wood, 3 pieces of wood, €6, and I just cut them, and I bought these little angle brackets, screwed them on, and that was it. So we've got it, and all we've done is cover it in tracing paper. Now, a lot of you have seen me use tracing paper, and what I use is a large roll. Now, this is 1 metre 10 wide. Now, as you see, I've cut it to make this a bit smaller light box. The great thing about this light box is that you can make one that's 10 centimetres wide, 20 centimetres wide, and they'll just stack against your studio wall or your garage wall, wherever you're working. Take no room at all. Now, you've seen 2 pieces of polystyrene that are about 7 centimetres wide, and this, which is about 2.5 centimetres wide. So with about 20 centimetres of storage space, you can store as many of these as you like, because you can store one inside the other. But anyway, this roll of paper I use for everything. I use virtually all the time. Now, if it's too hard to light, you just put another layer on, and you can put layer after layer after layer. Very easy. Now, the lights that I've used are the halogen lights, and I've only used that because working with video. What I could do is put 3 heads, one just off the floor, one in the middle, one up there, and that would give you a super even light. Now, a lot of people have asked me where you can buy this, because actually it used to be very easy to get, because architects used it for doing house plans. But now it's become a bit more difficult, so I'm going to do a bit of advertising. I'm sorry, but it's very easy for you to go onto my site, mccordle.com, go onto the shop, and on the front page of the shop I've put this as a hot item. If not, it will be in studio accessories. And you can buy that £24, I think it is. So, you know, that's where to get it, because a lot of people have asked me. Now, that might sound a bit like advertising, which it is. Got to finance these films somehow. Anyway, I hope that's given you an insight into how to make these light boxes. I'll probably make a few more and show you how I use them. So let's see you soon. Alright, and thanks for watching. Cheers!